Hello, welcome to Leadership in Project Management, where we talk about all things project management through a leadership lens. Today, we got a question from a student who is interested in learning more about Agile. I'm particularly interested in how Agile can help me to be more successful in my work. Can you give me some tips on how to apply Agile principles to my everyday work? Well, this is quite a loaded question. I'm going to speak to you today about this topic. I'll just call this strategies for success using Agile in a dynamic world. So, as you know, the world around us is constantly changing, and so are the needs of our customers, our end users, our team. If you really want to stay ahead of the curve, you need to be able to adapt your project management tools and approaches accordingly. And this is where Agile should take center stage, because Agile is an iterative approach to project management that breaks down projects into smaller, more manageable chunks. And this allows us to deliver value to our customers a lot quicker and to respond to changes more easily. There are many benefits to using an Agile approach or framework. The first one is it can help us reduce risk by breaking down projects into smaller chunks. We can test our ideas quicker and identify any potential problems early on. We can get feedback that enables us to pivot and to avoid failure. And this can help us to avoid costly mistakes down the road. Agile in our project management can also help us in our communication and collaboration. By working in short sprints, we can get feedback from our customers more frequently. And as I said, it enables us to ensure we're delivering the right thing to the right people. There are definitely challenges when it comes to Agile. One is that change is inherently difficult to manage. When things change, we need to be able to adapt our plans accordingly. If we are working in a purely traditional environment, then shifting that mindset to be able to pivot rapidly could be a challenge. Another challenge is that Agile in project management requires a significant cultural shift. In order to be successful, we need to have a team that is willing to embrace change and work very collaboratively. In fact, we say the team members should have T-shaped skills, which means a broad set of skills so that they are able to be flexible and adaptable in what they do for the good of the team. If I'm just a coder, it would be better if I'm able to do some testing, some other aspects of work, because I'll be able to jump in to help in a more dynamic way. These are some strategies for mastering Agile in your project management. First of all, start with the mindset. Understand what it means to be Agile. You see, this topic is so near and dear to me. I wrote a book recently called Agile is a Mindset, because there's a tendency to forget this and to look at tools and frameworks and practices instead of looking at the mindset first, understanding what it means to be Agile. That is most important. So I would advise you to go on to the website agilemanifesto.org, read the Agile Manifesto values and principles, and look for so many videos I have out there on the mindset, how to indeed be Agile. Okay, you don't want to do Agile, you want to be Agile in your thinking. When you're Agile in your thinking, it transforms to every other aspect of your day-to-day life and your work. I've experienced this firsthand. So I encourage you to get into the values and the principles a little bit more. I'll also advise you to start small. Don't try to implement Agile across your entire firm overnight. So start with a small piece of a project, or start with a small team and learn from your experiences. For those who are looking to implement a little bit of what they've been reading, you need to get buy-in from stakeholders. It's a significant cultural shift, so you need to make sure your stakeholders are on board with changes before you start. You cannot force a customer who is used to predictive delivery. You can't force them to adopt an agile way of delivery. So you need to get buy-in from them. Choose the right framework. When you get down to working with certain agile frameworks like Scrum or Kanban, there's so many out there. You got to choose the one that fits your needs, your organization, and your team. But I'll just say straight up, if you're working solo, my choice to work solo is more of Kanban. If you're working with a team, depending on size and other aspects of the team, you could look into Kanban or Scrum. These are great frameworks, and you can also tailor these frameworks to meet your needs. The next piece of advice I would give you is to embrace change. Agile projects, it's all about change, so you got to be prepared to adapt your plans as needed and communicate freely. If you're in the world of Agile, be ready for rapid, frequent communication. Make sure that you're communicating effectively all throughout the project. So I hope that answers the question about how you can implement Agile in your day-to-day life. I believe that Agile is absolutely essential in this dynamic world we live in. And if you haven't started implementing some Agile practices, the principles, the ideas, the values into your life and your projects, I encourage you to do so. You're bound to realize a lot of value from doing it. All right, thank you very much. If you've got any questions that you want answered on this show, I encourage you to put a question in any of the boxes below, or you can send them to support@praizion.com. It will be more than a pleasure to answer any questions you might have. I wish you all the best as you continue leading as a project manager. Bye for now.